Joshua Parish with We Are Change Florida. We're sitting here today with Lieutenant Colonel Bob Bowman. He was kind enough to come speak at our Oath Keepers Tea Party Memorial event today. And we're going to ask him a few questions about some of the things he alluded to in his speech. Specifically, can you comment on the specific organizations you discussed, the Council on Foreign Relations, the Trilateral Commission, and the Bilderberg Group, and their influence in the government?
Well, every presidential nominee, not just every president, but every nominee of both the Republican and Democratic parties since John F. Kennedy has not only been a member of the Trilateral Commission, but handpicked for the nomination by that organization. So it's a pretty powerful group. This is a group of leading bankers and industrialists from the three major corners of the world, North America, Western Europe, and Asia. And they get together to decide, things that affect their bottom line, like who should be the next Prime Minister of Japan and stuff like that.
Sure. You also, during your speech, alluded to 9/11 not being carried out by Al-Qaeda. With your level of expertise and military career, what can you say about the attacks of 9/11 and the need for a new investigation?
What I said was that Al-Qaeda was not responsible for those three buildings coming down, which means that, it's still physically possible that there were Al-Qaeda people flying those planes into those buildings, but they didn't cause the buildings to come down. Personally, I rather think that if there were any Arabs on board, they were patsies who thought they were on an anti-terrorist training mission. There's so much we simply don't know because there's never been an investigation. I mean, what was supposed to have been an investigation by the Kane-Hamilton Commission was not, and it was all extremely closely controlled by Philip Zelikow, a White House flack. And Kane and Hamilton had essentially no control over who was interviewed, what they said, and what part of it found its way into the final report. But there are things that make it absolutely certain that it didn't happen the way the Bush administration and the 9/11 Commission said it did. I don't know who was responsible for 9/11, but I do know that we have been lied to about it. Four hijacked airliners do not fly around for an hour and 40 minutes without being intercepted unless our air defense system was deliberately sabotaged. Steel buildings do not collapse at free-fall speed because of a kerosene fire. Steel buildings do not collapse at all because of a kerosene fire. Never have and never will. And of course, Building 7 wasn't even struck by an airplane. Indestructible black boxes. By the way, they're not really black. They're bright orange, but never mind.
Right.
Black boxes do not evaporate in the same fire from which an unharmed passport floats to the street below.
Very true.
You could go on and on. We do know that we've been lied to, and we have a right to know the truth, and we don't.
I agree. Since you have been very outspoken on the lies of 9/11, what has changed for you? I know you said something earlier about access with the Pentagon and stuff. Has that, would you like to discuss that mildly?
Well, access to the Pentagon is a lot more difficult now than it was before 9/11.
Right.
And as a full-time whistleblower and troublemaker for the last 27 years, I'm not about to get a special invitation now. It used to be I didn't need one. I showed my ID card and walk in and sit down and interview the project managers in the Strategic Defense Initiative program and go to the office of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, whoever I wanted to. But the last time I was actually invited in to go see the Joint Chiefs of Staff was under Ronald Reagan, when they invited me in because they desperately wanted me to tell the American people in Congress the truth. And they couldn't because it was a gag order.
Okay, finally, I wanted to quickly ask you. You alluded to concentration camps being built in America. If you could,
I've seen some.
yeah, if you could elaborate on that, please tell, because I know the audience would really like to hear, from a military perspective, somebody who is on the inside, who knows people, who knows what's going on. What is the deal with the concentration camps?
Well, I know they're there, and my understanding is that the Department of Homeland Security is responsible for maintaining those concentration camps. They give out various cover stories like they're for illegal immigrants and stuff like that, but in reality we know they're for us dissidents when they get around to declaring martial law. But as I always tell my audiences, good luck with that, because who are they going to get to round us up? And I don't think it's going to be my brothers and sisters in the military. I think that if they're ordered to round us up and throw us in these concentration camps, that they'll surround us, aim their guns outward, and protect us from Blackwater.
Perfect. And can you relate that quickly to the importance of organizations like oathkeepers and what it means to reaffirm your constitutional oath, since that's what people came here with the intent to do today?
Well, I'm very pleased that the oathkeepers has come into existence. It's a great idea to emphasize to people in the military and in law enforcement that their oath, which they took, all of us took, was to the Constitution and not to the President, not to their superior officers, to the Constitution, period. To protect and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and that includes the renegade President and Vice President. So I'm very glad that the Oath Keepers exists now. It's a great idea. My organization, the Patriots, has been in existence now for 27 years. And what we are for is a government that follows the Constitution, honors the truth, and serves the people. And so we're standing for the same thing. If you follow the Constitution, honor the truth, and serve the people, you're not going to go around disarming American citizens and throwing them into concentration camps. So we're on the same page, and the minute I found out about the Oath Keepers, I joined, and I wish them a lot of luck. And I'm also lobbying for them to add to their list of orders which they will disobey any order to commit a war crime, such as a war of aggression or a so-called preemptive war.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Lieutenant Colonel Bob Bowman. It's been a pleasure hearing you speak today and taking a couple minutes with us, and we look forward to hearing the rest of the conclusion of your speech. So,
okay.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.